So I thought I'd just show you a little bit what I did to a friend of mine's gun from the field that I play at here. He gave me this MVP and asked me to make it quiet, which I attempted to do, but I'm not sure I was successful. But I'll show you what I did anyhow. Okay. So the first thing I did was made a new bolt. So I made a Delrin bolt for him here, and I added an O-ring that goes on the, I guess this would be the power tube. And so I think I added a couple of more shots per 13 cubic inch tank, maybe 5 or 10. No big deal. Did something though, and it lightened up the front of the gun since there's no brass bolt in there now. The second thing I tried to do was kind of rebalance the springs here and try to give it a little bit of bias to being closed. So what I did was make some Delrin washers here and add them onto this so that this spring is kind of preloaded. Again, it kind of helped, but it didn't really eliminate the problem. The gun still farts, and yeah, it's still not really all that quiet. But I had to start somewhere. I had to try something. That seemed like as good a place as any to try. So I'll go ahead and put it back together. There we go. Here's another thing that seemed to help the pump stroke is I add a little bit of grease to this post here sticking up. You might be able to see the marks, but you can tell that it was kind of, the pump arm was rubbing on that post. So yeah, you can see it pretty good on there. You can see the pump arm rubbing. So by adding a little bit of grease, I reduced the friction on that a little bit and kind of helped it out a little. Nothing you can really do about it though. Okay, and here's the other thing I noticed. The O-ring, the original O-ring that was in here, I tried putting it together. I had this thing apart 15, 20 times. And eventually, at some point, I cut the O-ring because I put the handle on wrong. So what I did was I'm using a 003 O-ring, same O-ring they use in Cocker 3-way shafts, and just stick that in the hole. And it's a little bit big, but whenever you put it all together and squish it down, it works just fine. Just got to be careful you can't slide it around as much as you could with the other one. So, oops, that's probably screwed it up right there. Nope, that's fine. and he was running a fiber barrel on it, and from my testing using fiber barrels and a bunch of other different kind of barrels I found that the quietest setup I can get with this, it seems to be the CP one piece that's bored for inserts. So I'll put the barrel on here, and I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some air, put a little bit of paint in it, and show you that you can actually make this thing make 3 different noises if you know how to do it. Okay. I think that's the right way. Maybe that way. So you can see the 003 O-ring trick there. That actually works. There's no leak in the grip frame now, so you don't need to get a metric O-ring for it. Now I'm going to take you outside. Got a little bit of paint in it, and I'm going to take you outside and shoot a couple of shots and hope you can hear the difference. It's kind of dark out right now, so you're not going to be able to see it, but you're not looking to see it shoot. It shoots just fine, but you're looking to hear how it sounds. Okay, so I got her set up here, and going to try to give it a couple shots. I give you as close to the shooter's perspective as I can. So this first one here, we're just going to pump it and let the handle stay forward. Don't touch it at all. It should fart pretty pronouncedly, but it should be relatively quiet. When you hear that fart, it's not too loud, but it does fart. You can definitely hear it fart. So this time we're going to hold it forward hard. It's going to stay forward, and it's going to be loud, but it's not going to fart quite as much. Or maybe it'll fart more. And then for this last one here, we're going to pump it, and then we're going to hold it just lightly. And if you hold it just the right amount, that was a little bit too loose. There. That was too much. That was the right amount. Too much. Right amount. Right amount. See, if you hold it just the right way, it'll quit farting. So hopefully you can tell the difference there. So again, don't hold the handle. Pushing it forward. Just barely holding it.